Hey, this is Father George Corrigan at St. Francis of Assisi in Triangle, Virginia. Here with some Sunday thoughts here on this 25th Sunday of Ordinary Time, where our gospel reading is the very well-known parable of the dishonest steward. I would note kind of at the beginning that the dishonest steward starts chapter 16, follows right on the heels of the prodigal son. And I think there's a sense that maybe Luke put them together back to back for a purpose. I mean, both of them have opportunity, not only assets and funds, but opportunity that they've wasted. Both reach a point where they kind of are forced to come to their senses, and both kind of then take a path to restore, themselves at least to a new future, a future that's open, certainly better than the one they're facing. Did Luke do it intentionally? It's hard to know. This is one of the most debated parables of all the Lucan parables. And if you're waiting for me to unravel it for you, that's a long wait for a train don't come. But I'll give you some Sunday thoughts on it anyway. I think, the prodigal son parable, it's a little easier to see the characters. The father is clearly playing the role of God. And us, we're probably playing the role of the prodigal son and the older brother, both at once. But the dishonest steward's a little harder to see. I mean, where do you see God in that? Are you the rich man in that? Are you the dishonest steward? Well, if you're the dishonest steward, hey, see me after Mass, we can have a confession. If you're the rich man, see me after Mass, we'll just have a discussion. But maybe where we're supposed to find ourselves is what follows on, to be that children of light. And wisdom isn't easy. Maybe our role is to struggle with something that's a little harder to see than the prodigal son, to struggle with it and see where is the wisdom in this. The steward's role in that first century, he was part chief operating officer, part commodity trader. He had the full faith and backing of the owner, so he could certainly trade on the owner's behalf, get a profit for the owner, a commission for himself. Who knows how many side deals he had going. And yet he squanders this opportunity. But like the prodigal son, who squanders, becomes contrite, finds his way home, is forgiven, is welcome. Same thing. The steward has a chance to make things right. It's that sense that he's caught, but he goes to settle accounts. Now, I'll be honest, here's the optimistic me. I think those promissory notes that he's writing down and scaling back, sure, it's possible that his only role is to curry favor, but maybe, just maybe, he's come to this point going, you know what, there's unjust profit in that, and there's an unjust commission, and I can at least take care of that. And maybe that's why the first reading, Amos, is paired with this, because that is what Amos rails about, is the unjust marketplace where people are being cheated left and right. But the steward, he sees in this world, there's three things he sees. First, he sees, this is the world the way it is, my bad, this is the way the world works. I'm not going to despair. Number two, I'm going to act. I'm going to act in a way that opens up a future. Now, in my optimistic view, notice what he does. He's forgiving debt. That same sort of theme picked on for the prodigal son. So I think it's through that strange, but nonetheless forgiving pathway, he finds a future that's sort of open to him. And I think, that you go from dishonest wealth, towards justice. You then place yourself in that place of mercy. And maybe at the end of this, we certainly don't know, but the dishonest steward, maybe he's left with whatever honest wealth he has and a kind of an open heart. And in the way, think about it, it's not just a parable. In a certain way, this could be the story of the Apostle Matthew, the tax collector. But I think there's three takeaways for me on this, is that whatever the pathway is, be it the prodigal son, the dishonest steward, Matthew the apostle, they both see the world, they take it as it is, and they take the path so that they're looking to a world of grace, a world of hope, and they're clearly serving one master. And just in that sense, the future remains open. What I believe, what I hope is that I know we all have these moments and we miss a good deal of them, but they come back around. Because the second reading says, God desires that all be saved. All be saved. And so God will call again. And every time it calls again, we have that opportunity to see the world as it is, to take action, and to walk a path of forgiveness. And I think then that prodigal part of us, that dishonest part of us, those things that we clutch at can fall away. And then hopefully what remains is honest wealth, wealth in the things that matter to God. That's holiness that's wealth. And then as the gospel says, in that eternal resting place that has been prepared for us. And so those are some Sunday thoughts. Amen.